What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. My team and I, for the last 24 to 48 hours, have been conducting an in-depth investigation of acclaimed Polyglot. Now, this video is coming quite late compared to my usual scheduled programming because, well, I just spent the last few hours, as of after making this film, obviously, editing, putting all the pieces together, just really making sure that this was sealed tight, that this polyglot would not be able to worm their little furry ass out of it. Now, you might be confused. Evildea, you've made lots of investigations before. How come you're so fired up about this one? Because this one's claims are I can't fathom how crazy the claims of this polyglot are. So this is either the greatest polyglot to ever walk on all fours, or it's the biggest fraud out there. And I'm actually a little bit worried at any moment they may be dropping a course, and I want to make sure that we save any potential customers before they get scammed out of their way by this cat. But I know I'm saying that I'm making some assumptions here at the beginning of this video, and you might be feeling, well, you're coming into this really biased. It's just, the claims are just so bizarre that okay, you'll see what I mean myself. Okay, so here is the page in question, and as you can see, this is the title of the video, Polyglot Cat. 1 minute and 31 seconds of this cat proving its language abilities. And it is on this YouTube channel right here. As you can see right here, the YouTuber in question has dropped a fair few videos proving the linguistic capabilities of this furry little feline. And the YouTuber in question must be quite confused right now because, if you look at the number of views they get, it's not too many, and then they get 1.4k views on this video right here. So, for the YouTuber, because I will be, of course, tagging him within this, you may be wondering what's going on right now. Why is there a larger YouTube channel making a video about my furry little friend right here? And it's because we are conducting a linguistic investigation into the claimed abilities of your cat, which leads into why you probably got the questions that you got. If you have a look right here, my first question was, according to the CEFR levels, what is the cat's claimed ability in each language? Now, the YouTuber, or should I just say the official representative of the cat, actually responded. And the first response was a little bit confusing. They said, but you guys can explain to me, by the way, my cat loves essential oils, bellyache, vomit, sleep, as she's very active and doesn't sleep much. She loves playing all the time. I'm not sure what that was meant to, cover off on. I feel like it was a distraction technique, kind of like throwing dust into your opponent's eyes. But unfortunately, they folded quite quickly and they said, Bonka is a female cat. She's a Thai cat. I thought she was a blue Russian, but actually she is Thai. So we're getting some hints right now. Thai, Russian, maybe these are the languages. Let me know. At home, she's around Portuguese, Polish, and English language, but she answers to Russian too. Now we're starting to dig into it. It's a female, but she's very good at language. We never taught her. She just listens and reply well to different languages, even Russian. We have a friend who speaks Russian with her, and she understands. I don't know how, as she never had a Russian owner, but only Polish owners. Look at the number of languages that are being claimed here. We've got Thai, we've got Russian, English, Polish, Portuguese. It's a large number of languages, and considering that the lifespan of a cat is not that long, I don't know how they managed to get this much study time in to be able to learn all these languages, but look at the comments section. Her Polish is simply amazing. Where did she study? As a Polish hamster, I can confirm that she speaks at the very least B2 hamster. The cat pronunciation is spot on. So there seems to be some merit to this, even though all these comments came in the last day. So we had to conduct an actual investigation to get down to where this is at. So here is the official investigation file. Evildea and community investigation of cat, aka gato, chat, katze, Cot, Mal, something. Okay, now we've got the video right here. Title of the video, Polyglot Cat. I don't want to put words into their mouths. I left a comment, but cat has yet to respond. Obviously, we now have an official response from the representative of the cat. And as you can see, our investigation has actually revealed some results on the different claimed language abilities of the cat. As you can see, we've got 18 pages right now, which is kind of a small number of responses when you think about compared to other investigations, but This looks like a really slippery one. We needed to make sure we got this one before it managed to worm its little butt out there and start selling courses. I was quite concerned about this, so I figured it was best to get all this information to you guys as fast as possible. That way, if the cat does start dropping courses, you know, you guys have at least something to go on before making, you know, that crucial decision about whether to buy the course or not. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by watching the video of the Polyglot Cat, and I'm going to add my own comments along the way. The cat is very sneaky about how it does things, but I'm going to try and reveal what I think's going on here.
Hey, Bonka. Huh?
So that was the first giveaway. Did you hear that? We had to work a lot with this type of, like, you know, obfuscation of language, but we'll keep going.
Is exercise time, yes? Before bed, yeah?
So the representative here is asking about whether the cat wants to conduct exercise at this moment, but based on the fact that this is a fat cat, I believe that this cat doesn't really like partake in too much exercise. It's more of it prefers to grind in solitude type of thing.
Yes, are you going to do some exercise, Bonka? Where are your toys, Bonka?
I notice right now the cat is purposely avoiding contact with the camera and is also avoiding speaking. Probably because it realizes that if it is caught talking on camera, it will be investigated by Evildea.
Huh? I think you hide them under the sofa, Bonka. Yeah? Yeah?
Like, look at that facial expression. That facial expression says, are you trying to get me found out? Realistically, we haven't even dropped the course yet.
Uh-huh. Where are your toys?
Toys is clearly a code word for courses.
You put all under the sofa. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. I think the cat is trying to engage in a distraction method right now. See, it's avoiding the camera at all costs.
Yeah, you're coming after me, yes?
So clearly the cat does understand English.
Look,
But realistically, if you're going to be a hyperpolyfeline in this day and age, you have to speak English. So we did investigate the English, but the assumption was the cat understood English.
move when she comes after me.
Okay, what I believe the cat's trying to present right now is maybe some form of sign language. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, look. Look. You want to play? You want me to sit down for you to play with me? Yes? Yes? Yes, you want to come on my lap? Yes? Bonka.
I'm not sure what exactly is happening at this moment. Like, maybe this is a representative of the cat performing specific actions according to English. I think it would have been better if they presented other languages, but we'll leave it as it is.
Bonka, you want to come on my lap, Bonka? You want to come on my lap? Hey. Hey, hey. Boy.
I'm pretty sure the cat is just thinking at this moment, look, you're cutting into my grind time. And I know you're trying to just create more marketing material for me and everything to help me sell the course. But realistically, I do need to focus on my languages. At least that's what I hope's going on right now.
Hey, don't go down to the pets. Leave the tortoise alone.
Apparently, there's another member of this community involved here called the Tortoise. Not sure who the Tortoise is, but if they are another hyperpolyfeline, we'll have to conduct an investigation into them as well.
Leave the tortoise alone. Oi.
Okay, so I'm going to leave this video right here. And of course, I highly recommend you guys go to this channel and also conduct your own investigation into each one of these cat videos, because the cat does reveal its linguistic prowess, I guess, in different videos. But now I'm just going to give a summary of our investigation comments, because our investigators, they reached out to the cat's representative, asked for, proof of linguistic abilities for specific languages, because the cat made just wild claims all over the place. And strangely enough, the cat sent us back a bunch of pictures of the cat wearing different outfits. Yeah, let's just skip that one. Wearing different outfits. And I think this is basically like what, you know how you see all those hyper polyglots out there and basically they just put up flags to represent the languages that they're speaking. But when they speak those languages, you would have absolutely no idea that they're speaking that language if it wasn't for the flag. My suspicion, personally, is that the cat is overdoing it by putting on all these, like, traditional dresses and stuff like that to prove that it speaks these languages. But let's go into the reviews themselves now. But before we do, what I'm going to do is I've got right here, oh, not that one, apparently my comment was removed. This one right here, because we don't have the specific claims about linguistic abilities, I'm just going to map it straight onto here with each language as we go. We're just going to type it out and we'll figure out where this cat's at. Although I could understand him, the first meow really had an accent, and frankly, it wouldn't be the meow choice that one would hear often in that context. Okay, they didn't give like a language level per se, but let's just have a look at one of the other comments here. Some of the meows were definitely produced a bit weirdly. Although they were understandable from context, it is entirely possible that the cat just practiced these meows off camera before filming. However, as it says that same sort of sentence structure every time, leading me to believe that it doesn't exactly know the language to a high level. The pronunciation needs a lot of work. It would have helped to have had added subtitles. It seems like Bonka has a decent grasp of the grammar, but the sentences were very short, not so much going on there. Unfortunately, I can't give Bonka any higher than an A1. And realistically, if you look over the comments for English, it appears that, just like most hyperpolyglots out there, Bonka's, let's just say, control or use of the English language is not that good, so we're going to have to put English onto this over here. So Bonka, your English is a A1. This is not looking good. Okay, Portuguese. It seemed really fluent, the way it says meow. I can't hear no accent, truly a native speaker when it says meow meow. I was truly surprised. Oh wow, that came out of the blue. I agree with reviewer 1. In fact, I truly know he's also a C4, as he knows even how to be poetic. Holy shit. Okay. I do not speak any Portuguese, but I would still like to attest to the fact that he sounds exactly like a cat we adopted from Portugal, so he seems to be pretty legit. No, okay. I'd rate this cat at least an A2. Okay, I'm thinking that this comment right here, you always get these commenters who are like, they're just really harsh or just really soft. And this is why we go for number. So overall, it seems that this cat is fully legit in Portuguese and it above a C2. So we're going to say, you know, his Portuguese is over here. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's move that one into place. We don't even have a C3 category. You know what? C3 it is. Not C3P. Okay, we'll just call it C3PO, because I accidentally typed that. Let's go back into it. French. Not terrible. I could understand most of it. Problem is his accent is a bit off. That's fine, given he's a feline. Okay. This cat speaks better French than my entire family. I think she could create a course for people to learn French because of all the YouTube polyglots. Seems like a C2. This is like direct opposites. He definitely got the attitude sorted. He seems to be with the grips of the tenses, but he's making good progress. Wow, this one's like one on the left, one on the right. You know, I'm thinking this one here is probably... Oh, can't speak French. Well, then we can't account you. Okay, well, let's go with these ones. So he's seen somewhere between C2 and average. So I don't know. I'm going to put him around here, over here for French, you know. I prefer to go like a little bit more on the safe side because I don't want to get accused, especially if this cat pulls out like a friggin' C1 certificate. And then I'll just look like an idiot. Spanish. My native language is Brazilian Gatonese. I feel like this cat is pretty good in Spanish, but I heard some words from Gatonese in general. I would say her level of meow is fair with some meowversations with other cats. It can reach a C2. Holy shit. Okay, Spanish. Jesus. Interlingua. I'd say this feline fella speaks it decently despite the heavy Italian accent. Not anywhere near fluent yet, of course, but I think it could have some basic conversations. By now, it's still a B1. Well, you know that's understandable. You know that it would be around here because, like, it's pretty hard to get good at interlingua when there's not really that many speakers of the language, just, like, freely available type of thing. Arabic. Okay, we got 3. After spending years around cats from my owner, I can safely say that this cat speaks fluent Arabic. This is quite the feat. Okay, so at least a B2. As a Yoruba native speaker, the cat's Arabic is phenomenal. Okay. The cat is an absolute native, even with mistakes. Okay, so this may actually be the cat's native language. So I might just swap this one to blue and say Arabic right here. They didn't say C2, so maybe this cat's just not educated at university using Arabic. Doggish. Whoa, man, I'm very curious about this one because, like, Doggish is, like, it's one of those languages... Okay, here, I'm going to say something really controversial right now. I think the difference between Doggish and Cattish, it's actually political. I'm pretty sure it's basically the same language. They don't speak it too bad for someone from another race. See what I mean? I mean, cats usually suck at speaking our language since the pronunciation is very unique and absurdly different from their own language. They all say this, but realistically, it's the same thing at the end of the day. I'd give them a B1. I don't speak Doggish, but they probably speak it fluently. Well, that's very nice of them. I'm going to go with this one right here. B1. Doggish. Apanese. Now, I am well versed in Apanese, and I can tell you right now, Apanese is nothing like Doggish. So let's have a look. Surprisingly good for a cat. Most of the pronunciation's errors are due to his species' vocal cord structure, so I can't fault him for that. She made a few obvious grammar mistakes, though, so I'd put it at A2. Yeah, I think that's probably a fair analysis. Let's go A2, Apanese. But I will say, based on what I did see, it's a legit A2. It's not one of those ones that fakes it, makes it look like an A2. Like, there was definitely some study that went on here. Ancient Egyptian. Okay, the traditional language of the Catanese. The phrase, words cut deeper than a knife, truly resonated with me upon hearing the soft meows. The meows were very clear. I discovered that she is reincarnation of the god Osiris and descended to earth from the heavens. What? Okay, signaling to us that we should be on red alert. Unfortunately, the clip ended before any further explanations could be provided. Shiver me timbers. Well, considering this is goddess mode, I'm going to have to put, like, it over here. Ancient... Egyptian. You know what? I could fix that spelling, but you guys know what I mean. Old Norse. Native speaker of old... Okay, so the reviewer themselves is a native speaker, raised among snow and blood, claw forged in the fires of the Skaldic pride. Is that a new form of, like... You know how, like, the LGBT community update their, like, acronym every year? Is this, like, a new form of pride? I'm not sure. As a native Scandinavian cat, I find it impressive that this cat can speak better than many of the foreigners I've met. His pronunciation is solid, his phrasing carries rhythm, and most importantly, he shows respect for the tongue of his ancestors. This cat speaks B2 Morse. Nice! You know what? I'm actually getting concerned that I might have unjustly called this cat a fraud. Classic Latin. Okay, we're going to have to start powering through these or we're going to be here all day. His grammar limps like a three-legged mouse, and his accent, God help us, is unmistakably barbarian. He claims to be a B2 level, but to my ears, it barely reaches a B1, and that's being generous. Okay, B1 it is on the Latin side of things. I guess that makes sense because, you know, Old Norse, that's basically barbarian, so it makes sense, and Arabic's basically another form of barbarian. Chinese, okay, let's hear it. Jesus Christ, look at these comments. Chinese is not my native language. Well, I'm going to count you out then. I love Mandarin oranges, and I can definitely give some insight on the cat's Mandarin level. I can completely agree with Cantonese cat review above. Cat seems to be incredibly fluent in Chinese. Cat sits at B1-ish, but I would need to hear many. Well, if they're clearly fluent, they can't be B1. So let's just put, you know, Chinese right here. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're going to put it at the B2 level. Italian. Its Italian sounds pretty good. It's from the north, and I can hear it's probably learned Italian with someone from the south. Whenever it says meow, the vowels are really opened. It has a Napoleon accent, C1 level. Wow, okay. This cat has, like, a really interesting spread of languages. Okay, let's just power through these. Russian. So Russian is an A1. Russian. What do we got? Polish. This was definitely one of the cat's claimed ones. So was Russian as well. D1 to D2, D2, E1. I'm guessing that's like some type of different mapping system. So I'm just going to map the numbers. The number, and E sounds like a high number. So A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. So we'll go with D and we'll say, what was it? It was Polish. Okay, so we're going to go Polish right here. C1, that seems legit. Japanese, okay. Her enthusiasm is worthy of praise. It seems like tried its best. The Japanese people didn't give the cat a specific rating. Such simple sentences could easily be practiced, so it seems to try to best learn the language, however pronunciations are all wrong. I'm going to say, cat does not speak Japanese. Wow, we've actually got one fake language from the cat. Even though they said, you know, the cat tried, I'm not going to give it 3 languages. I'm just not like that. I can hear the heavy Bulgarian something in his meow. C2 if not higher. Bonker's grammar is impeccable, which is no feat. Okay, German. That's like a C2 if not higher. Wow. Javanese. Instant A0 rating. Disrespectful. Javanese. Old tulip. Old tulip? Old tupip. Tupip. Tupatupi. Okay, I hope they don't try to sell any courses to teach this language to other cats. Clearly don't speak it then. So we're going to go old... What was it? It wasn't tulip. It was tupi. Margin. Oh, margin. Okay, do not leak to public. I am definitely not just a crazy conspiracy theorist. I'm pretty sure that this one is not a legit review. Let's just move on. Gulf Arabic. Couldn't understand a single thing. Clearly one very sophisticated Arab sheik. Oh, okay. This is confusing. Somewhere between an A1 and a C2, but this one's saying it's very sophisticated. This might be one of those cases where this is Moroccan Arabic. Because, you know, like, even though Arabic is one language, there is quite some big differences. So I'm just going to say... But it says Gulf Arabic. Okay, I'm just going to put Gulf Arabic around here somewhere. Gulf Arabic. But wait, it's native over here. Maybe it's like native in like Levantine Arabic or something. Mari. Oh, look at that picture. It's got the fundamentals. Yes, I'm going to put him down at A0, A1. I know it's not Mary, by the way. I always say Mary, and everyone's like, Evildea, it's not Mary. It's, what is it? It's moldy. But I don't like that word, moldy. It sounds like it's moldy. Hebrew. It speaks better than me. I'm A1. He's a C2 for sure. Overuses grammatical features. Okay, Hebrew. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up, boys. So we're going to have to place Hebrew right about here. Jesus, look how many languages this cat speaks. Okay. Okay, so we've got Persian, C2. And then we've got Proto-Indo-European, can't speak it for shit. Okay, Persian, C2. Persian, Proto-Euro... Like, why the hell did they even think it spoke that? Did the cat claim that? Proto-Noob. Okay, we've got Greenlandic, which is the what is that, like the 56th state of America or something? D2 level. Are we like playing friggin' Dungeons and Dragons or something? A2, that sounds better. I understand what an A2 is. So that's Greenlandic. Elvish. Come on. Really? Does anyone speak Elvish? Romanian. Dracolanese. Okay, C2. Romanian. Tagalog. Okay, we might have to get some assistance because we've only got one review here. I might have to reach out to Cobb to get his input on its Tagalog. So if Cobb, if you're in the comment section, please let us know how good you think its Tagalog is. But they reckon it's a C2. That's a pretty big claim. Then we got Czech, Pokemon, Nekonese. I'm not sure what that means. But I'm going to... I think that means C2, so let's just copy that. That looks like it's definitely a C... We haven't got room for C2, so I'm upgrading it. There we go. Pokemon... Isn't that just Japanese? Okay, Czech. Okay, the reason why there should be a level above C2. Okay. Wow. So this is one legit feline. Okay, but it's got quite a spread, but that's expected. But I'm actually surprised that it speaks so many languages as secondary languages, almost better than its native language, Arabic. So I am quite surprised. Now, clearly this cat is a bit of a shady fella, because we have a look at this over here, okay, guys. He tried to fake these ones, okay? So he's not fully legit. And he tried to claim these ones, at least right here, as proficient. And I find it funny as hell that English, of all languages, he's barely put any... Sorry, I misgendered the cat. She barely put any effort into English. Maybe she just assumed that, like, you know, she'll pick up English with time and therefore needs to focus on more important languages like interlingua. And doggish, realistically, is just cattish. And funnily enough, cattish is not on the list. So I'm guessing cattish would be around C1 because, I don't know, maybe it has been educated at university. But this is the bit that shocks me the most. Like, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 languages. You know what that means? This is a legit hyperpolyfeline. This is the... Despite the fact that this feline's a fraud, this feline is also a fully legit hyperpolyfeline. Well, you know what, guys? I need to show respect where respect's due. This cat put a lot of effort in to learn languages. Maybe it just overestimated its abilities in these languages over here, and realistically, who was going to call it out proto-noob? So, I have to say it, guys. This is the YouTube channel in question. As much as I despise lying about your language abilities, this feline has actually... It speaks a lot of languages. What can I say? And I recommend you all go subscribe. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video. And remember, guys, doesn't matter what language or species you are, if you try to lie, I will find you.